Hello everyone, how are you? I just posted a video the other day of how to get your CDL. I hope that I gave you some ideas of how to do it. Today I'm gonna talk about what do you do after getting your CDL? Where do you go? What company do you go with? Well, you know, if you went through the school, obviously you have many choices to choose where to go. But if you did the one where they take you to train you, obviously you have to work for them for a couple of months before you can decide to go to another company, or you can stay with the same company. That's all up to you. Um, One good company I can recommend that I went to, because obviously even when you get your CDL, you still have to go out and you have to go train through their system, and you have to go out with a trainer for a couple of weeks, and you have to take a few tests, road tests, backing up tests, parking tests, and everything like that. But hopefully, if you got a good trainer you got along with, he can help you. Then it's time for you to go out there, and you can get your own truck. um, and hopefully you can go with a decent company and get a decent truck. One decent company that I can recommend where I went was Rail. Um, it's uh, Roehl. That is one great company to start with. The reason for that is because the training is not too long, it's quicker, and the trainers are decent, and you can get your own truck faster um, than most other companies. And that's the most important and our biggest goal in for us when we first start, is that we want to get our own truck, to make us feel good. So that's one company I can recommend. They pay decent. They start you at about 32 cents a mile if you do the drive-in, but don't expect to get the mileage. You're gonna do maybe, if you are lucky, 1,900 miles a week, if you are lucky. So you're looking at about probably around 600 a week or less to start. You gotta start somewhere, and that's what you have to do to get some experience to go to a better company. Um, you know, um, so once you go with a company like that, for that was one example with Rail. I mean, you can choose any company, it doesn't matter. You still gotta get up to 6 months in order to look for another over-the-road company, because nobody's gonna hire you with 6 months to do local jobs, which a lot of people want to do, is a local job because they want to be home every day. But the problem is, in this business, you have to do your time uh, to get to the local job. I personally been doing this for close to a year and a half now, and I like doing the over the road, because I am with a good company that pays me good and cares about me. They pay me very decent. Um, I go home when I want. I get about 4 days when I go home. I stay about 8 days out. and I stay home about 4 days, and it's very difficult to get that in a lot of companies because a lot of companies want you to stay out there for at least 14 days to 17 days and get home about 3 days, which it sucks, but that's what you have to do when you first start in this business. So that's what you have to do. But once you get your CDL, you can choose rail, you can choose even Swift. They have a great training program. They have probably one of the best training program out there. Prime is good too to start. They're pretty decent. They're out of Missouri, I believe. And that's what I would do. You have to get at least 6 months. And once you get about 6 months, then the secret to this business is you want to look to working for a smaller company, with a small fleet, because that way you're gonna talk directly to your fleet manager, your dispatcher, whatever you want to call it, directly. You don't have to talk to computers. You don't want to be a number when you're doing this business. You want to be treated like a person. So that's most important thing about this business. You want to get some respect, and at the same time you want to make money. So once you get about 6 months experience to a year, but I believe one good company, I think that 6 months they will probably hire you, which is a great company to start with. You're gonna make most money out there with anybody else when it comes to big companies. Um, this company is out of Chicago. It's called Amerifreight. They start you with like 46, I believe, or maybe more. Um, to do dry van. If you have your hazmat, you should get it. I don't have mine because I don't like to carry hazmat. Um, if you have your hazmat, that's where you make the money at. They start you maybe 50, 55 cents a mile. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't carry hazmat myself. So that's one good, great company to work for. Once you get at least about 6 months experience, Amerifreight out of Chicago. They are one of the best companies out there that pay, that you want to make money. You know, I never worked for them. I work for a smaller company. We have about 25 trucks, and that way, you have a lot of attention to you. They never get you stuck. They always keep you moving. Because if you stop, you don't make money. The only time you're gonna make money in this business is when those wheels are rolling. So that's what I will do when I get my CDL. I will start anywhere where I can get accepted. Don't look at the money. They're gonna pay you maybe 28 cents, 30 cents. You should just be lucky they're giving you the opportunity to take you in there and just go in there, do your time. It's gonna be difficult to be out there for 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, without seeing your kids, your wife, your family. It's very hard. But we all have to do it, and you just got to get used to it. And don't believe any of the companies out there that tell you, oh, we're gonna get you out there for 5 days, you're gonna be home on the weekends, because just that's bull. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna keep you out there at least 14 days. So 14 days, you're gonna make about, at this company's, hopefully around $800-900, which is not bad to start. If they tell you any more than that, then they are lying to you. You're not gonna make more than that. I know because I did it myself. But right now I'm making up to $1,500 to $1,800 a week where I'm working at now, and I get the mileage, I get the tension pay, I get breakdown pay, and they take good care of me because I get the job done right. I get all the freight on time. This job is messed up on the schedule because you got loads that one day you're gonna take in the morning, one day you're gonna start taking in the afternoon. Another day you're gonna start your shift at 2 in the morning, 12 o'clock at night. You have to drive about 10 hours to 11 hours a day to get to your delivery. And it's not an easy job. It's not for everybody. A lot of people do it. Once they start, they leave it. But the best thing you can do is you gotta think positive and just go out there and do it. Just think positive. Listen to your trainer. I mean, most of the trainers out there are pretty good. They want you to succeed. They don't want you to fail because it doesn't look good on them either. But there is some crazy out there. But you know, I had my trainer when I started. He yelled at me every single second. It was tough, but he made me a good driver. And I thank him for that. And that's what you gotta do. Just start at any company that you can find that it will accept you, and just go out there, and think positive, enjoy it, learn. Take notes if you have to, from your trainer. Make sure that you do everything you're supposed to. Read all your signs. That's the most important thing on the highway, on the roads. Read all your signs, all of them, every single one of them. Pay attention to them. You know, Sometimes some exits might say, "Don't exit here. There's a low bridge." You know, that is one of the most important ones. Some of them might have a bridge that you're not supposed to have a heavy truck on it. It's only for 4 tons. So that's one thing you gotta look at. You know, you got streets that have dead ends. You cannot back up. So I did that a few times. I got stuck. It's gonna happen to you too, but don't worry about it. If that happens, don't panic. Like try to, um, if you can, do it on your own. But if not, just call the police. Most of the time that will help you, not give you any tickets. If you get maybe like an ask police officer, then it's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do about it. But just be safe out there. Don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt yourself. Drive careful. And follow all the signs, the speed limit. Then you'll be fine. Take care, and if you have any questions, just ask.